In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a lead bass in Serum 2. And the lead bass we're going to remake is like the one from the 1991 remix, Perfect. Now, if you want loads more lead basses and other Serum presets, samples, then this bass is taken from my future Jump Up sample pack. I'll leave a link down below if you want to grab that. Now let's recreate it. So we're going to start by creating the tone with the wavetable. So we need a lower pitch sound to create the bass, and then we need a higher pitch sound to create the tone. So let's start by going here and grabbing basic shapes and put this down -1 so we get this. So it's like a sub bass, but it's not too deep. And then we're going to change the wavetable position to position 2. Now we're going to go oscillator B and leave this on default shapes. And this is a sawtooth. And we're going to put the octave at 1 and then put the semitone up 4. So we get this sound. And then we're going to put this up 8 unison and just turn the detune down to 0.19. So we've got the core of the sound here, but currently it's playing a sustained sound, which a lot of lead basses are sustained sounds, but for this particular one, we want to create a shape with the LFO so it becomes more like a stab bass. So we can do this with LFO 1, and we can simply put this on envelope mode, drag this all the way to the left, and then I'm going to put it on half mode. And then I'm going to drag this up here. So we're going to have the core of the sound hitting here, and then we want a release, something like this. So the core of the sound hits and then it tails off here. And you can just shape this to taste. But let's go around here for this one. Now we want this LFO to be doing something. So we can either put it on the levels here, or we can put it on the filter. So when we turn this filter on here and add it to A and B, it means that both oscillator A and oscillator B are now running through filter 1 before they go to your ears. So I just play it. You'll see it's just playing this element here. So what we can do is bring this cutoff right down, and then suddenly you won't be able to hear anything. But to bring the sound back in, we can drag LFO1 onto the cutoff. And now we get this, which is essentially the same as putting it on the level, but we can drag this back slightly to not have as many harsh sounds in the high end. So if we drag this back to 84-ish, now it should just be a little less harsh on the ears, as you can hear there. But now we want to develop the sound further with some post-processing. So we can come to this effects tab and we can add effects here just to bring the sound out more and make it a bit more interesting. So first, let's add a hyper to widen the sound a bit. And let's just turn the mix down slightly to around 17%. Then let's add some distortion. And we're just going to do some subtle distortion. So we're just going to pick soft clip. And then we're going to go to some compression. And we're going to turn the multiband on for this. And we'll turn the gain up a bit. And we'll turn this below to 0.75. Turn the highs up a little bit. And turn the lows up a little bit on here. And that makes the sound pop a bit more. Now we can go a bit further and add some reverb. So we can add some hall reverb and just bring the lows up a little bit. Bring the size down a little bit. This is all to taste. Bring this decay right down so it doesn't sound weird at the end. And then we get this really cool sound. And then if we get this melody up and play it on this melody, so this is the melody from that tune from the 1991, the remix called Perfect, we get this. Sounds really cool. Now the only problem with this sound is it's actually quite hard to get it to work in a track because you often need like some really interesting quirky vocal to go with it, and then you have to like blend it into the drop. And another example you may know is Gold Dust by DJ Fresh, and they use a similar style. So it's worth listening to the 1991 track and DJ Fresh's track to get some ideas. And if you have like a really nice vocal, then try and make a track with this and see how you get on. Try and make it a bit different so you can change up some elements. Let me show you. You can do other things like change the wavetable position, or change the semitone amount. And then you can change the shape on here as well. Get some really cool sounds here. think I like this one the most here. And you see, just those tiny little changes makes a brand new sound. If you enjoyed this video, why not watch this video here where I make 808 basses on Serum 2. I make 2 of them in this video. They're useful sounds for drum and bass and other genres as well, so you'll get a lot of use out of these sounds.